Good job. Now I would like to introduce our next storyteller. He's also a first year, Kahn. I had the pleasure of dining with him a couple weeks ago, and we played a game. So we're going to play a little game right now called Two Truths and a Lie. So I'm going to tell you 3 things about Zach. One of these is a lie. You can think about it all night and then ask him later. So number 1, he has been on television in Argentina twice. Number 2, he broke his finger running away from a girl in 6th grade who wanted to ask him out. And number 3, he went on a date with the daughter of the president of Argentina. I hope the suspense kills you. Let's welcome Zach to the stage.
Thank you, Anita. So, I've got a few friends here tonight, and they would tell you that I often talk a lot about Argentina. And,
T-shirt!
Good one, Mitch. And, you know, there's a lot of reasons why I do it, and so the following story, You're All In For A Treat, is another one about Argentina. And this one they actually don't know, so they're also in for a treat. So I first went to Argentina when I was 20 years old, studying abroad in 2007. I went to Buenos Aires. I landed. I went home to my new host family. I had some coffee. I had some toast with dulce de leche for the first time. And then I asked my host mother for the phone book. So I went, got the phone book, turned to the F section, and looked up the last name Fuchs, F-U-C-H-S, and found more than 50 listings of the last name Fuchs. So why the hell was I doing this? Well, you all know our grandparents have these back in the day stories, and my grandfather was no different. You know, like one, when I was in the Navy, I had 10 beers for the first time in my life, and I didn't get drunk. Haha, Zach, it's possible. And, you fit in well here. It's like, sure, Grandpa, that happened. So he had another back in the day story that was his aunt immigrated from Europe to Argentina in the early 20th century, like a lot of Jewish immigrants did. They left Europe. My great-grandfather went to the United States. His sister went to Argentina. So he was saying, Zach, you're studying abroad in Argentina. You got to find our family. Okay, Grandpa, sure, we have family in Argentina, I'm sure. And so that's why I went to the phone book. And I was there in Argentina for studying, but I also wanted to really do the search, see if I could find any relatives that were alive or passed away. And so I got in touch with the largest Jewish community center in Latin America that's based in Buenos Aires, and it's called the AMIA. I called up the AMIA and spoke with this lovely lady named Clara. Clara was working for a department that helps Jewish relatives reunite with their family who might be living or give them information on the past. So I gave her all the data my grandfather had passed me, and she was super excited, really want to help, and then she told me she couldn't do anything. So what happened was in the 1990s, there was a car bombing at the AMIA, terrorist attack, and they lost a whole bunch of files, which is basically the reason she couldn't do much for me. Okay, great. All right, my grandfather, he'll be disappointed, but you know, it is what it is. So the semester goes along, a couple months pass, and then probably due to the persistence of my New York Jewish mother saying, Zachary, you need to call every number in the phone book. And I said, Mom, it's not really doable, but okay. So I emailed Clara again at the AMIA and, said, hey, what's going on? Anything new? You got to tell me. And left her a message. She called me back and told me she actually found what we thought to be the aunt of my grandfather, whose name is Blima Fuchs. Blima in Yiddish means flower. And this woman who she found buried in the cemetery was named Flora, so flower in Spanish. This was exciting. I now could go and see if I could find her gravestone and find more information. So I took a bus, 45 minutes outside the province in an area of Buenos Aires I've never been to. I am excited. I get off way too early. I'm running along the streets looking like an idiot with my North Face backpack. And I get to the cemetery, get a map to where this woman, Flora or Blima, would be located. End up running through the cemetery, jogging. The groundskeeper probably is like, who is this American idiot with a camera around his arm, sweating his ass off in 90-degree weather in the middle of nowhere in Buenos Aires, Argentina. And that was me. And so I found the gravestone, though. So I found where my grandfather's aunt, my great-grandfather's sister, was buried alongside her husband. And I stopped to process this information. I'm 20 years old, in the middle of nowhere, Argentina. Well, my family is actually back home in Boston at the bat mitzvah of my cousin. So there's this moment where I'm with this family connection, and in Buenos Aires, and my family's all in the U.S. together. So this was great. I was really happy about this. Took some photos. Went back to the lobby of the cemetery. Was about to leave, thinking, okay, this is enough. You know, got that. And then I thought, wait, what if I can find their children's names in this database? And I'd actually found out earlier that there was a family with similar names that had immigrated to Argentina in the 20s, and those were the names I typed in, and I found what turned out to be the daughter of my grandfather's aunt. So the first cousin of my grandfather, her name was Celia. And I found Celia's married name. And with that married name, I was able to call back Clara and say, Clara, check it out, I found better information than you had, you should hire me, and help me out with this as well. And so she did. So I was like any good 20-year-old alone in Argentina. Tuesday afternoon, I went to watch a Gael Garcia Bernal movie by myself. And in the middle of the movie, I got a phone call, and of course it was Clara. She was super excited. She told me that she had spoken with some of my living relatives that were still in Buenos Aires. So it turned out that my grandfather, his aunt had 5 children, 2 of whom were born in Argentina, 2 of whom are still alive. And so I was like, it's pretty awesome. The family wanted to see me, so of course I was going to arrange that meeting. And so, okay, I'm going home. Get back on the bus to go back to my apartment, and then it hit me. With my head against the bus window, I realized that after this 4-month exhaustive search, I was able to connect 3 generations of my family. And I started to tear up. This was a pretty important moment for me, and so that's why really Argentina's really close to my heart. Of course, I met my family, and one of the cousins happened to be a professional soccer player, and I was just thinking, wow, my grandfather has these 5 first cousins he never met, and after 80 years, he finally, knows what happened. So, thank you.
Thank you, Zach. It all makes perfect sense now. If you ever hear Zach speak Spanish, he sounds like a true native. He is amazing. Okay, question for the audience. How's everyone?